My name is Alicia Mundy. We have a story today about the pharmaceutical industry and a $13 million ad campaign that it's been running for the past several weeks in this election season. The pharmaceutical industry is very concerned that the Democrats are going to get a veto-proof majority, or at least a very big majority, in Congress in this election. There are a number of issues they're concerned about that the Democrats would like to see pass in Congress, one of which is allowing the government to negotiate for the price of Medicare prescription drugs. The pharmaceutical industry says that will cost them millions. The ads are really interesting for a number of reasons. First of all, they don't have to do with the election. They are issue ads, and they congratulate a group of 28 senators and members of Congress for supporting a bill that died last year to expand children's health insurance. They are literally congratulatory ads. Another interesting thing about them is that some of the people who are mentioned in these ads aren't even up for re-election this year. It isn't their term. The pharmaceutical industry is sending a message: we care about expanded access to health care, and we care about you. And that brings us to another issue. The pharmaceutical industry for years has tilted towards Republicans. Of the 28 people whose ads are running, or of whom they are running ads, only 3 of them are Republicans. These are bulk Democrats. They're not all the most important Democrats in terms of leadership positions, but most of them sit on key committees that could influence legislation in the future for the pharmaceutical industry. The tilt towards the Democrats this year is interesting for another reason, because the head of the lobby for the pharmaceutical industry is a retired congressman from Louisiana named Billy Tauzin, who is a very popular Republican. But he has seen what's happening in Congress. He's seen where these elections are going. And when he was in Congress, he was a pretty good vote counter. He was pretty good at spotting trends. In fact, I think you could say he spot trends probably better than Tiger Woods can spot a green. So he has basically made a pact with the Democrats. He's reached out to them. His industry has been working with unions on issues of expanded health care across the states. And so these ads represent something really unique. Another thing different about these ads is that they don't say at the bottom of the ads, these were paid for by the pharmaceutical industry or by Pharma, the lobby. They say these ads were paid for by America's Agenda, Healthcare for Kids. It's a nonprofit advocacy group that actually was established only in the last couple of months, basically to help out this campaign. The pharmaceutical industry has been under such attack that they have been mounting a major public relations campaign in their behalf to try and make friends with the Democrats, to make friends with the public. You may not think you know what I'm talking about, but if you've seen any of those ads with Montel Williams on a bus going across the country saying there's a plan to help you pay for your prescription drugs, then you've seen part of what the pharmaceutical industry is doing to try and tell you we have a lot more to offer you than the problems you've heard about, and we are not the bad guys. So this is a pretty important plan altogether, and their proposal to support expanded children's health care is a very big issue for Democrats, and the pharmaceutical industry is making sure that they're on the Democratic side on this. In fact, that gets to the last point. One of the things we talk about in the story is the way the pharmaceutical industry's contributions, campaign contributions, have shifted to Democrats. You have to understand that in 1994, when the Republicans took Congress, the pharmaceutical industry saw it coming. Most of the money went to the Republicans. At one point, 80% of everything they gave went to the Republicans. This year, they're hedging their bets, and a little bit more of it is going to the Democrats. And it's a very odd shift, a very dramatic shift, and maybe a very, very smart shift for the pharmaceutical industry.